Hey everyone, and welcome back to this round tipping for this week. This is round 16, and we did pretty good last week. We got 5 out of 6. Unfortunately, North Melbourne not able to get over the line, which was, just that's the way it is. They should have known, but took a risk and it didn't pay off. So, yeah, let's get stuck into it. So we're starting off with Friday night footy. And first game of the round, we got Brisbane Lions versus Melbourne. Now, Brisbane Lions have I can't remember his name. He was supposed to win the Rising Star last year, I think, and unfortunately he fell injured, and he's had a really difficult time getting back into the team. So he's back. Melbourne get Lever back, which is going to help them out a lot here. But I just think that the Brisbane Lions are just at home. They're going too good at the moment. They'll easily push Melbourne out. This might actually be a flogging. So yeah, be prepared. That might, if I was to give it a suggestion, I'd say 35 plus is a good tip. And obviously, Melbourne aren't really tagging at the moment. They let LDU get off the chain last week, so Lockie Neal to get 35 or 35 disposals more. So that could be a good multi if you want to set that up. So moving on to Saturday footy, and first up we got North Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs. Now this is pretty straightforward. After what's happened the last couple of weeks with North, they've done really well. But I just think that Marvel Stadium, West Bulldogs home stadium. I think it's North as well, actually. I'm not sure on that. I just think they'll win here, just because they're a better team. And Western Bulldogs aren't exactly a team that gets picked on very much. They are very strong in the way that they do things. Yeah, they can have their lapses, but against North, I just think 2 weeks of really bad games, like not bad, but like unfortunate losses. They're not going to show up North Melbourne. Like it's just too much for them to ask. They're like really disappointed. The coach will be like trying to drum it into them, like keep going. But I just think they're just not going to be up to it. They're going to be like, oh, what's the point? We just lose. That can happen to the mentality. It really can, So I think Western Bulldogs will get the job done here. Moving on to the next game, we've got Sydney versus Fremantle, SCG. Now, there's been I've been watching a lot of tips throughout the week. And as you'll notice, I've taken away the tipping gauge because I don't want that to influence people when they, because a lot of people take these tips to work tomorrow on Friday. That's why I'm getting this video out tonight. It's usually on Wednesday, but, or Tuesday, but I'm in slack this week. So, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of tips going towards Fremantle this week, and I'm a little confused about that. I think Sydney are gettable. I agree with everyone saying they're going to lose at least once come finals, before finals, and I just don't think that's here. I think, yeah, Fremantle are a good team, but I just don't think that loss for Sydney Swans is going to happen here. So I'm tipping Sydney. Fremantle will be good, but I just think Sydney will be better. Pretty straightforward. Moving on to the Gold Coast Suns versus Collingwood. This is a really tough one. Collingwood, half the team's coming back. I mean, we got Jordan Ngoe was announced today. He's ready to go. Mycheck, Pendlebury, Schultz is out. He's got a little bit of sickness, and someone comes in. I think Richardson comes back into the team. So that's great news for Collingwood. Suns, on the other hand, haven't lost at home. They're god awful when they play away from home. So at home, this should be a Gold Coast Suns win. But Collingwood have pushed them to the edge every single time they've gone up there in the past 5 years. So this will be a close game, and I have a feeling that Collingwood, just because it's a close game, will win. Now, there's an outside chance that this could be a draw. So if you want to chuck a $10 bet on something like that, it might be a good idea because it's going to be close. Unless Suns decide to actually get off their ass and play how they could play. and actually put Collingwood to the sword. But, you know, a lot of players, 5-week break, coming back, you know, they might be out of form. Jordan De Goey might not be ready to play yet. You know, shit like that. It could push Collingwood to a point where they're not up to the Suns' level. You know, I know they're fourth, but the Suns at home, they're a different beast. You know, so yeah, I would say this will be a draw or a close win to Collingwood. That is my tip. Moving on to Adelaide Crows versus Giants. Another strange game because Adelaide, you know, they're just not playing well. The Giants, they're starting to get some form back. But against Sydney, they were just piss poor. And someone made a stupid comment, I can't remember who it was, for the Giants. And he said, oh, yeah, we were really good except for that 7-minute period where they kicked 7 goals. What a stupid thing to say. Like, so that'll be haunting Giants, you know. And Adelaide have got a couple of people back, you know, at home. I'm going to go against the grain here. Everyone's tipping the Giants for this, and I think Adelaide might find a little bit of spark and get over the line here. You know, yeah, so if you're wondering why I'm touching my head, it's because I suffer from tension headaches and bright lights and shit like that. They are really they affect me. So, yeah, it's something you got to deal with. It's life, I guess. Get off the computer, get out more often. I'm trying. Yeah, so next we have Geelong versus Essendon. Now this will be a good game, just because I think it'll be close. I think Essendon will get the job done here. I think their ruck combination right now is just brilliant. Tom De Goey in the ruck. They might test it out again this week, the Cats, but yeah, Essendon's they're just cruising along. This will be their biggest test for a while. I know they were tested by the Suns at home a couple of weeks ago, but the Suns got over the line. But this will be their this is their moment, and I think they're going to seize it. Yeah, there's no real big outs. Dangerfield is in for the Cats. He appealed his tackle, his dangerous tackle, and got off, which is good. And yeah, Essendon also have really good defensive attacking taggers, which is going to shut down Tom Stewart. So, and we've seen in the past 2 months that shutting down Tom Stewart wins you the game versus the Cats. So yeah, that'll be excellent for them. You know, they'll win this one, Essendon. Okay, so Sunday footy. And first up, we have St Kilda versus Port Adelaide. I'm not going to mess around here too much. I think, you know how I feel about St Kilda. I think they're crap. I think Port Adelaide, after what's happened in the media this week, they will respond, and they will respond in kind. I think this will be a flogging. The way St Kilda play, Port actually play the perfect footy to get around what St Kilda do, which will really, really help them out. And they'll be able to score from it. Let's see if I can get the camera down here. Yeah. Wear my pink shirt. Well, whatever. I don't care. I know where I am. Yeah, so I think Port will win this game. St Kilda just, there's been a lot of talk about the ruckman moving. And that's really, Marshall, that's his name. That's really stupid. Like, that's how bad they are at the moment. If a really good ruckman, is talking about moving clubs, you're in trouble. Yeah. So moving on to Richmond versus Carlton. I just don't think this is going to be the blockbuster that everyone thinks. Yeah, Carlton will win here. I'm not too sure about whether or not Dusty's playing, but I just think Carlton, they'll shit this in. They'll be way too strong for Richmond. And there's really not much to say about it. Carlton are pretty much full strength. So I think, I think their defender. Oh no, that's right, that was the Australian team. Yeah, the halfway point. He wasn't mentioned in the Australian team. And everyone was wondering why. Yeah. So I think this is the last game of the round. West Coast Eagles versus Hawthorn. Now I think this is my outsider, my upset of the round. I think West Coast Eagles will win here. The reason I say upset, even though it's 16 versus 13, Hawthorn, people are talking about them playing finals. If they continue to play the way they are, they're going to play finals. That's what everyone's saying. But I just think West Coast at home, Hawthorn are just a tiny bit off that they won't be able to handle the Eagles. I think Yo's playing, Kelly's playing, Reed is back. You know, what's that for? Waterman is in great form. They'll beat Hawthorn, I think, yeah. So, yeah, that's my upset for the round, and, yeah, that'll be a good game to watch, because I think that'll be a packed Optus Stadium, because everyone will feel it. They'll be like, oh, no, they're going to actually win here, you know, so we've got to get to this one. Even though West Coast Eagles have always had a good crowd, they're like Collingwood, they always get the numbers in their stadium, which is really good for them. Yeah, alright. And, yeah, so that's it. Yeah, let's see if we can do better than 5 out of 6 for last week. We got one wrong last week. Let's see if we can get them all right this week. In fact, I'm going to do a $10 multi and tip every team and see how that goes. Well, all my picks in this video, and you know, I think the chances of that would be probably 10. So that'd be $100 right up. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck, and be good to your mother, and I'll see you next time. Peace.